Let's get this live started on a Sunday morning. We don't know who connecting today, but we gonna do a live. Do a little live. Try to test it out. I've been trying to do my best doing going live every day. Yeah, I've been trying mostly every day. But I honestly, at this point, don't think it's something I can control. Like I think, like a couple days, I had like more people that was watching, and I was so surprised. I was like, dang. But it seemed like it's so random. Like every time I do a live, it's not always people on watching, but sometimes it's more than others. But I'm gonna just try to probably do like 5, 10 minutes now, give people a chance to jump on. But yeah, it really seemed like it's something that's just very random. The live, like I don't think it's no specific technique. Well, no, I'm lying. I think if you tell people, like if you did a video that could reach enough people to know that you're going live, I think that can work. But at the same time, I don't think it's just something that I can just directly control. Yeah, it's not my platform. But I am trying to get people to go to my website to sign up for some Spanish lessons. That's what I am trying to do, and I'm trying to keep pushing that. Yeah, that and French. But it's very hard. And like I said, I think it's more just because of visibility. The lack of visibility. Like I can post so many videos, but it's like no matter how I do it, it's like it's just the same, or it's pretty much like a random type thing. But I'm gonna try to be on here just probably at least about 10 minutes. Give some people time. I don't think people normally give people that much time to get on no live, cause I know people with like a lot of followers, and they end up having like people connect almost instantly. So I don't know how to even get that going. But I be seeing people with like they'll do a live, and then within like maybe less than a few seconds, they got like so many people. So I don't know. I really don't know at this point. I'm just at least showing up so I can at least stamp it. Like I was there, I did it. Hey, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. And I do kind of notice it's getting a little better for some reason. Like I be getting people that connect way more often to my live now. Even though they kind of scroll through, it's getting a little bit better. Somebody asked me, they was like, I don't like why how people just scroll through your live like that. Somebody said that. But yeah, that's just how it worked. That's really how it worked. Hey, how you doing? Happy Sunday. Yeah, but I've been getting more engagement though. I definitely been getting more engagement. More people showing up, more people coming. For some reason, I don't even know why. I don't know it's because I'm probably consistent. I don't know. But happy Sunday, y'all. What's going on? Bon dimanche. That's how you say it in French. In Spanish, Feliz Domingo. Where y'all from? Say hey, something. I'm trying to do it more consistently in my life so people can know what I'm doing, know what I'm working on. Yeah, but life in Mexico is great. It's been great for me. Y'all, I've been here 6 years, y'all. So I can also act as a person to like talk to for advice coming to Mexico. I can talk to a person about that. I can teach you Spanish. Go to my website, russelltrilingua.com. Yeah, I'm just trying to build my brand. That's what I'm trying to do. And I know, oh, hey, thank you. Thank you for speaking. Do you speak Spanish? See, I'm gonna get it, y'all. I'm gonna get it. I just gotta keep being consistent. Um, y'all like the video. Y'all subscribe if y'all not subscribed. See, I'm gonna get there, y'all. I'm gonna get there. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm just starting my live. Just ate breakfast. Ate me some waffles for breakfast. Um, just getting on here talking to the people, trying to promote my brand because I have my own website where I teach Spanish, English, and French. So either one of those languages you can book with me. And then I do Spanish interpretation on my website too. But where you from? I'm happy. I'm happy, y'all. Because for some reason, like I said, my live is sort of kind of popping a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like slowly improving. Yeah, where you? It said, "Good morning. Do you think there is a heaven after we die?" Ooh, that is really a good question. A great question. How could I answer that? Well, I think it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody really necessarily know. You know what I'm saying? I think it could be possible, but I think logically, like from a logical standpoint of view, it doesn't go with a logical standpoint of view, but I do think that it's possible. I keep it open because no way you can really know. You know what I'm saying? So I would say it's possible, but logically, it doesn't connect with the logics, right? If I go bad logic, you know what I'm saying? But it's possible. Like this how I feel. Are you alone? I'm alone right now. Like I'm alone in here. Like right now. Like ain't nobody else in here with me recording or on my live. Yeah, but y'all subscribe to the channel too, tell your friends or whatnot. How y'all found my channel? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How y'all find out that I was here? I'm really, really trying to build my own brand because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm trying to build my own brand. All right, so I've been just really only focused on my business, like dancing, nostalgia, Spanish, French. That's my whole brand, right? Nostalgia, 90s and stuff like that. And at the same time, I freelance. So I'm an interpreter and I work for agencies, like a couple agencies. So I do that. And at the same time, I'm building my brand. So there's my own website. So the reason why I did it was because you can, like, I feel like waiting on somebody else, like a business or something, or something outside of your control can take so long. So I'm like, but my journey has already taken a long time. Like for me to even get to where I'm at now, like to get people that's connecting, this, texting me on here, even to get here, it already took, man, over a decade. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dang, I'm so much past that stage of seeking outside validation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, you black, you speak Spanish, French, boom. 90s, boom. Nostalgia, boom. You know, I'm like a triple threat over here. Yeah, y'all. But yeah, thank y'all for coming. Happy Sunday. I'm surprised to have even one person. That's what I'm saying. I'm thankful. But yeah, that's why I'm building my own brand. It's just so hard to get clients though. It's very hard to get clients because it's like you have to continue to push it. You got to be consistent. But I've been consistent, and I've got people that ask me about my website so far. So even if they ask me, it's like I'm like yes. I had like two or three people that asked me about RussellTrilingual.com. I probably need to come up with like a membership or something or some type of. It could be like free membership or something like some type of way people could join the website. That probably would be kind of good too, and maybe have like some extra learning material on there or something. I'm just thinking, but right now it's just you book a lesson with me and we have a consultation and we talk. But you know what? What inspired me so much though is because when you look at interpreters, and I'm speaking from my experience, a lot of companies try to lowball you. You know what I'm saying? Like based on my experience, like if you work for an agency, like the couple ones I work for now is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I would give them a fair share over previous agencies I work for. But it's just that they will present some a certain way, you know what I'm saying, just to sell, but not necessarily really be the truth all the time, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if they can do that, present some a certain way, but still behind the scenes, not really stand on their ground like they say, because it's all about the money. I'm like, I know that I can do something that's honest, you know what I'm saying? Be honest about who I am. So this kind of where I'm at now. Cause I'm like, this would really motivate me a lot to really start my own business. Cause I'm telling you, I'm not gonna say that just every interpreting company be like that, but man, look here. I just think the sky's the limit. You just gotta keep being consistent. Cause like I said, the more I look around me and the more I see what's going on as far to like just man, it ain't gotta be interpreting companies. Like I'm just talking about people that be hiring people and paying them like barely enough to survive. I'm like, but they don't be caring about talent like that though. I'm not saying every company like that, but I'm telling you, man, some companies will prefer to just hire somebody that's not that's really like I done heard people that don't even speak English good, but they working like in the call center. But I'm like, wow, they don't even speak English that good, and it's not trying to really, talk about no bad. But I just feel like what I'm trying to say to people is, if you got a dream and you working on trying to get somewhere, I think the most important thing is just to step out. Regardless if you're perfect or not. You know what I'm saying? But just to step out, you gotta have confidence. That's what I think, because people, I think they wait to be perfect. And I think when you trying to, search for employment or job or whatnot like that, like for me, for instance, I feel like I'm already sort of past that stage of trying to look for a job type thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already doing my own thing independently. And I feel like when you looking for a job, you really selling your time anyway. And it's been times I done been like, you know what, maybe I'm not good enough to start my business yet. I done been like that, like, man, I'm probably not good enough. Maybe I ain't ready yet. But, well, look, I done got companies, I tell you, I swear. I done got companies, because see, what I do is I do freelancing. And I use that to really grow my business. But at the same time, I try to like look for like full time opportunities sometimes, just or part time, just to also help grow my business. And then I'm also working on my business, so I'm doing like a little bit of everything. But I don't really see myself in the terms of like just being a just employee and it's just it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm being an employee, I'm working on my business. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I'm doing is going towards my business. But when you sort of kind of on both sides, if you look at an employee and then you look at a business owner, it's like just two different mindsets. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you a business sort of thinking about they want cheap price, so they want to hire somebody for cheap. This they whole thing. They say probably they want to hire somebody for cheap. They want to somebody that's gonna be available. There's another thing like that. They want somebody that's gonna be available. And I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's like because I'm sort of kind of in between both, sort of kind of like, okay, business owner, but at the same time, I've been an employee before. So I kind of know sort of kind of both sides, like how both sides think. So because I know that, that helps me with my business. Because I'm looking at like if you working for an employee, you just selling time. That's really what you doing. It's been times I done put stuff on my resume thinking like, man, I'm really finna get this job. And then it's like it don't always work like that. You know what I'm saying? You could be even overqualified. You can be overqualified for a job. Like I've been overqualified just because, like I said, my Spanish is really good, and because I have so many years of experience with languages, customer service. So it's just like, man, I'm just really motivated to keep going with my own business. The only thing that kind of make me not as motivated, it just seems like it's hard to even get like one person to really. I don't know, but I know I'm gonna get there. Like I say, I just keep that keep believing, right? But yeah, but I done had like a couple jobs in my inbox wanting to hire me. I do the interview, and then they like it was one of them I did the interview, and they was like, we want to move forward. So really, to be honest, a full time job not even really necessarily guaranteed. Especially nowadays, it's not guaranteed. But like I said, I'm doing my own thing, my business. So that inspired me more to do my own business because I see how, like I say, some companies don't look here. I feel like they present things a certain way, but just because of the way they present it, don't mean. I'm gonna just give y'all an example. I work for this company and they no longer in business now. I ain't even gonna say the name. They no longer in business now. But when I was working there as an interpreter, I'm an interpreter, y'all. When I was working there, and it was remote, So I was working from home. And like I said, I knew that I was a good interpreter, like a great interpreter, because I was with them for like about 5 years. Like that's a minute. Like I just literally, I started in 2019, and I was with them until 2025, which was early this year. So I was with them for about 5 years with them, same company. And what I loved about it was that when I first started, it was so like you got the best of both worlds. Like it was like on call type of interpreting. And I'm gonna just be honest, I was making 40 cents a minute, so this is like 24 an hour. So I thought that was pretty decent, you working from home. But what happened was in the beginning, it was just work always available. Like work was always available. Like if I pick up the phone, because I was working like with my computer or whatever, and then I had to have a phone number so they could, route the calls to. And when I was working for that, man, I was making good because okay, I used to get 40 cents a minute, and then I used to also get bonuses because they would say, the interpreters that log on from maybe like for example like 8 o'clock, between 8 o'clock in the morning to like 4 or something like that. That was just an example. They would be paying you like 25 cents on top of what you already getting paid. So when it first hit, there was like 2019, 2020. Boy, I was killing it. I was killing the game because work was always available for interpreters. Like when you was like if you connected, as soon as you connect, boom, a call coming in. As soon as you hang up, a call coming in. So and then you could set your own schedule. So when I was doing it, man, that was like I'm like, man, that was good. But what I'm trying to really get to was when I worked for that company, like I said, it was more like on the customer side because, like I said, the customers say any complaint about an interpreter, like just anything. And I feel like a lot of the times it was pretty much like not even realistic. Like I remember one time, like I was interpreting, and it was like a nurse or something there, and I literally just didn't know a specific word. And really, the protocol is supposed to be you supposed to actually be like, hold on, let me look it up type thing. You're supposed to say, let you look up the word. And man, when I did that, I think that nurse hung up on me. Like this been like probably like about probably like 3 years ago now. Probably. I would probably say 2, 3 years or something like that. And she hung up on me and I'm like, dang, like I was really trying to literally help them out. So yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Like, what I'm trying to say. Like I was trying to literally help the woman out. And it was like crazy terms you wouldn't even know in English, or you probably wouldn't even know like because it's not okay. So y'all, let me be honest with y'all. When you work as an interpreter, because I'm gonna say this, okay, that particular company, the way they presented things made in the way I learned to be an interpreter was be professional. If it's somewhere you don't understand, tell them look it up. And then what they teach you in the classroom as far as being an interpreter is not the exact same thing when you actually on the phone and you taking calls. It's just two different things because people tend to talk over each other. You got people that be rambling. So that particular company pretty much was like, if a customer complain, it's just automatically your fault type thing. You know what I'm saying? And I done got my account suspended with them before, so that kind of would swerve made. And then another thing, oh, I just don't know. There's so many things I want to talk about, and it's like, wow, like with that particular company, but it's heavy on my heart though. With that particular company, um, like I said, it was very it's I can't even explain. It's almost like okay, you go in and then you interpret, you professional, so you automatically in your head sort of kind of know how to do things because it's the one you working right, for this particular company. So you already know what you learned in class. You already know how to do stuff. But like I say, if some customer complain, it's almost like, man, we don't want to hear that. Like it's just like automatically like against you type thing. So it was like that. So it made me sort of kind of dread working sometimes because I'm like, man, you know what? I don't want to lose my job. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of made me say like, dang, I gotta figure something else out because, like I said, it was really on you for what man, whatever, just, man, like, it's almost like, for you to understand the work, as far as how they operate, you gotta just jump in there, and because I just got so much experience, so I just know it's a difference between the way somebody presents something and the way something really is based on experience. Like, I know that because I done been there, I done done it. So like I say, when I work for the particular company going in, I'm thinking like, okay, I can ask for repetitions. I could do this and that, whatever. But man, none of this stuff don't even matter to them. Like, only thing is really that you're available and you don't get a complaint. So they'll probably hire somebody, like I said, it's not even really that fluent in Spanish or whatever language they speak. You know what I'm saying? So I just noticed it's a difference. Like I said, the way they presented themselves was one way, but then when you go in and you start working, it's like, okay, I gotta sort of navigate so I don't get fired up in here. You know what I'm saying? So that was crazy. But I lasted for, like I said, 5 years. But it was like every time I would get like some type of complaint about something, I was like scared. You know what I'm saying? I was scared. Cause like I said, I was in Mexico, which I'm still in Mexico, and I was just thinking like, what if I lose their job? Man, I've been scared so many times to lose a job. I was so, man, I can't even, man, I was scared. Cause every time, it wasn't every time I would get a complaint, but it was just like every now and then when I would get something, it was enough to make me feel like, dang. And then sometimes I had perfect calls where I'm like, dang, I know I did a good job. And they would say something like, oh, well, you didn't say, this is where I'm going. Yeah, this is why I say I always wanted to start my own business when I seen that stuff was going like that. Cause like I said, I know I'm a good interpreter. And then sometimes companies don't even be paying you that much, but still expect a lot. We can go on all day, honey. We can go on all day, but this is just how that game worked out. So like I say, long story short, I ain't working there now because they end up selling their company. And now that I look back, I'm like, okay, they probably was complaining like that because they knew they was gonna sell the company anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you feel like stuff be your fault, but then silently behind closed doors, the company be like getting ready to shut down anyway. So don't blame yourself, y'all. Please, if you working somewhere, do your best. And I think the ultimate goal for anybody should be start your own business. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that I was a good interpreter, but when you think about it, it's really sort of like an abuse in a way, because if somebody comes to saying like, oh, you didn't do good and you think you good and stuff, and they really could mess with your mind. They really could mess with your mind. And I'm just thinking the years I worked there, I really made them folks a lot of money, to be honest. And I'm like, man, even then I should have had my own business like I got now. I should have had it then. But it just, sometimes it just take you so much to go through before you step out and just be like, I'm gonna just do it on my own. Sometimes it take a long time. And it took me to get burnt so many times to just be like, you know what? And like I said, it wasn't like I didn't have the idea in mind. Like, I've been having this idea about languages, dance, at least, man, for at least about a good 14, 13, 14 years. Like, it's been a long time. But I just started to step on it and do it more because it's just, I don't know. I just don't see another way. Like, I just got on it. I just was like, man, I gotta do it, you know? Like, I look around and I see other people succeeding and having success. They may do half of what I do. So I'm like, man, and if these companies can be two-faced and, you know what I'm saying, tell you one thing, but then act another way, but then still make money, I'm like, why can't I just have my own business? So that inspired me a lot. That inspired me a lot, and it just kept me pushing. So that's like, man, I came to Mexico, been here for years, and like I said, I know my story is inspiring. I just need to keep being consistent to keep getting that visibility. And I thank y'all so much for your visibility for being here, because I know I'm on the way to something way, way good, really, really good. Yeah. And y'all can ask questions if y'all want to. But my website is russelltrilingual.com. It's for languages. I'm basically gonna be doing the same thing I do now. As far as, because I offer interpreting on there. But like I say, I already work as a freelance interpreter for 2 agencies. I already do that. Then tomorrow I gotta start studying for this other agency that I'm gonna be working for. Cause see, the thing about, I'm gonna tell you something. If y'all want to ever be an interpreter, this is for anybody that's interested in this career. Um, you have to really hunt around to try to find a good agency. I still feel like ain't nothing gonna be like having your own business. Like ain't nothing gonna be, and I'm not even really talking about from. I'm talking about more from a control standpoint of view. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I don't feel like I'm really at a point where I'm just making money to replace, an agency right now. But from a standpoint of view of just me having my experience I have, I know that there's other ways and other things that's more important than that money in the beginning. Because one thing about I can say that my platform now has over working for an agency, I'm gonna just be keep it real with you. I have control over being able to post a video when I want to promote my service when I want to. I may not just get a client every time, right? But with the platforms like agency, you really have no control. Like I can do this 24/7. I can do this Monday through Monday, Sunday through Sunday. So and like y'all come in it. I thank y'all. Much love to y'all come in it. But I have control because I can do it whenever I want to do it, and I can sort of kind of control the flow. You know what I'm saying? Especially once I get to a certain level, which I'm getting there pretty much now. But it was just right. So you starting your own business, you better be thankful for every little step you take ahead. But I'm getting good. I'm getting good at this, y'all. I'm getting good. I'm getting good. I'm getting good. I'm getting good. Oh yeah, I'm getting good, man. You just gotta be consistent. But yeah, y'all understand where I'm going with this. I'm talking about my career. I'm talking about Mexico. Y'all see where I'm going, right? Y'all raise your hand to like the video if y'all see where I'm going. Get your own business. Do your own thing. There's a lot of people doing it though, to be honest. There's a lot of people doing it. Like I see so many people now on the internet, like this got their own like brand, technically. Like it's one person I know they just eat food pretty much, and people just love them because of their personality. It's a person that I know on the internet, and I'm like, man, like I'm not trying to simplify it or say it's not good because I feel like, man, once people love you, they love you. That's what I see. Once they love you, they love you. But at the same time, I'm like, I guess I overthink, because I done been, like I say, working for so many different places and companies that sometimes I guess I kind of overthink. But really online, it seems like people really just love you more for your personality over anything. And I'm thinking like, dang, I'm probably not doing something right, or I'm probably not posting enough. You know what I'm saying? But I notice, I feel like once you there, you there. Like once you there, you there. Like I don't think it's no overthinking. Like right now, I've been connecting to my live like every day, and now I see an improvement over how people connect with me, how people engage. So I'm thankful for that, y'all. I'm thankful. What y'all think? Are y'all trying to start y'all business? Or have you had a business in mind? I think it's the best thing. I'm gonna just be honest. Like I will be, once my business really take off, I'm gonna be, boy, I'm gonna feel like I'm like 5 years old again. I swear, it's working though. Like I say, I done got people that ask me about learning Spanish. I done got people that ask me. And like I say, I do it my own way. You know what I'm saying? I've lived in Mexico, but I'm black. You know what I'm saying? But I just, I speak Spanish. So, but man, it's really been I've been doing a lot better. Yeah. But where y'all from? I see 4 people watching me. How y'all find out that I got a channel? How y'all find out? Hey y'all, come on in, subscribe. Like, go to russelltrilingual.com. I'm talking about my business, and I'm talking about Spanish, living in Mexico. I'm talking about all that. You can ask me what you want to ask me. I had some people ask me some questions on here. But yeah, do your own thing. Do your own thing. Start your own business. That's what you should do. Everybody don't want to do it, but I'm just saying. Like, yeah, I'm just saying. Like when you really think about the essence of time, you will see things in a different way. Cause like I say, money ain't everything. I had a job paying $18 for like we was gonna hire you, and then they end up turning me down. But I went to the interview. They was like the managers like you, and I was like, dang, just only $18, and y'all. I'm like, yeah, I'll keep it. Cause I know investing time is more important than money. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. All right, so these over the phone platforms, like, cause I currently work as an interpreter now. But what I'm trying to say is, they technically be wanting people available, but don't necessarily pay them for their availability, which is crazy. So like I say right now, I'm like, they cool, but I want my business to be like my base income, like my base income. I want it to be my business. So that's why I'm working all the time to get some people that want to learn Spanish. If y'all want to learn Spanish, si quieres aprender español, déjame saber en los comentarios. Like, if you want to learn Spanish, si tu veux apprendre le français, dites-moi dans les commentaires. So if you want to learn French, tell me in the comments. So y'all know I'm not capping. I speak French, I speak Spanish. English, my native language. Yeah, but a lot of people be scrolling and lurking. I'm like, y'all say something. Subscribe or something. But yeah, this one, met y'all. I'm doing my own thing. Start my own business. But I'm just trying to get people that actually interested in learning Spanish or interpret. I don't know why it's so hard though. But I think it's just consistency. I think with anything, you just have to be consistent. Like, you have to actually accept that it's gonna take time. There's one thing. You starting your business, you gotta accept that it's gonna take time. You gotta accept that everybody's not gonna be interested. I used to work for this bank. It pays to have experiences too in the real world when you're trying to start your own business. Cause I used to work for this bank. I ain't gonna say the name of it, but this bank, they used to want me to go out and open accounts. Like, it used to be like a bank in a grocery store I used to work for. And it's crazy how much money they was making. But then they wanted us to actually like go into the grocery, because it was in the grocery store I was working for. So I used to have to actually go out into the grocery store and be like, you want to buy. Now some people got offended. I'm not even gonna lie. I used to go out there and I used to be like, did you know it was a bank right here, and you can open an account? And like, I probably got like a couple people that was like, good, yeah, I want to open an account. Like, it was either they did or they didn't. But we was trained to like not accept no for an answer the first time. Like, if they say no, you have to like rebuttal. We used to have like a technique on how you get people to open accounts. And I remember one person was like, he harassing me. And they actually told the manager, and I was like, what? I'm like, I'm just trying to get right. But that was my job, what I was supposed to do. So all I'm trying to say in this story, what I'm trying to show people is that I had some people that said no. It's like the same business I got now. I mean, even though I'm promoting and saying like, you know what, I want to teach Spanish, which I'm doing, teaching Spanish, French. I'm teaching it to people, but it's gonna be so many people say no. You know what I'm saying? It take time for you to build. Like, when I work, but this company was already, of course, an established company. Right, but it takes time. Like, even if you're working as a barber, you know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying is, like, online or in person, whatever you're doing, it takes time for you to build a clientele of people. And I think that I have been thinking at times like it's gonna be automatic. Like, yes, I'm gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's online. And then I done thought like, I got so many followers, like I'm gonna just get it like that. But it actually take time. And that's why I'm not so wanting to sell my time to a full-time company like that. Because I'm on a mission to grow my business, right? So I feel like the time is worth more than anything. But it make you think different. Because I had got an $18 job turn me down. So that'll make you think like, dang, like if that's turning me down, shoot, what hope do I really have? Right. But I had another job. I didn't get this other job that pays more than $18 a job, because me being in Mexico, hard for me to get a remote job. And my equipment was supposed to be shipped to me, but it went through the customs in Mexico and took forever to get to me. So it couldn't even get to me on the start date that I was supposed to start working. So I'm like, dang. And customs was asking for like 600 and some dollars. Like, I'm like, that was crazy. Cause I had already paid to get the equipment shipped from the United States, which was like 300 and some dollars. I had already paid that. Then it was supposed to be overnighted to me. But man, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. That junk took about over a week. And then once it got to me, it was already too late for me to start the job. And then they was asking for taxes of like 600 and some dollars. Like I'm like that, like $700 for me to get it to receive it. And I'm like, nah. So independence, baby, independence, baby. That's why. Like I said, my whole reason for starting my business is independence. Because I feel like if I'm selling all this time to these companies, why can't I just use my own time? Like I want to own my own time. I don't want to come and rent myself to other companies, like rent myself out. Cause that's how I look at it. You pretty much just rent yourself out. I want to own my time and do what I want to do. And that concept really came into mind when I was working for this call center one time. And I remember I wanted to interpret because I was working for them, and I'm like, man, I want to go interpret. But I was trying to do it on the side, but it kept, you know what? Yes, I just thought about something. It's certain times that you have to be available when it comes to interpreting. Even though it's not no set schedule, you can still start to recognize patterns on when work is gonna probably most likely be available. Boom, there go your golden ticket right there. But my thing was I was willing to take a pay cut from that job because I was like, man, I had to commute and everything. So I'm like, I took a pay cut to work somewhere else doing interpreting. It was like, cause it was at that time it was like 2019. So I actually took a pay cut to actually work for this particular company. Yeah, sometimes it's cool to take a pay cut. Depends on your situation. I was living with my brother, so it was like everything was so cheap because we was splitting everything pretty much, splitting the rent. So for me to just be like, you know what, I could actually afford to take a pay cut at that time, and it was good because I was working from home, and I still had like a guaranteed paycheck that was coming in. So that was like that was what's up. Yeah, yeah. But I'm just talking about my business. I'm talking about you being an employee versus you working for yourself. I'm talking about my languages that I speak English, Spanish, and French for the ones that just came in. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all can come in, give me an experience if y'all had a job, you left and started your own business, or if you sort of kind of see the dynamic I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? If you can kind of see it. I know trying to find a remote job is very competitive now. Cause like I said, they'll turn people down for just like jobs that don't even pay that much because people want to be at home. But like I said, I already technically work remote, but it's like freelance. So like I say, when it come down to that, it's pretty much there's no floor. There's no real like base. Like you know what I'm saying? You don't know how much you're gonna make when you work. And then like I said, also working over on demand interpreting, um, they normally have like um a limited amount of work available, but then have like more interpreters than the work. So it's like they throw like one call in the pool, but then you got so many interpreters, and like I say, the first person get it. So yeah, I'm just breaking it down. Ain't nobody got no questions or nothing that y'all want to ask or something like anything. I mean, I see my live is consistent. It's going up and down, which I'm thanking y'all. But if y'all want to ask any questions, y'all ask. I'm here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm just not giving up. Subscribe to if you want to learn Spanish, you can learn on my website, russelltrilingual.com. Y'all like the video, like it, share it. Yes, yes, yes. Any questions, y'all? Any questions? Hey, how you doing? I got a couple people that was like hello. A couple people. I probably get ready to wrap it up in a minute. I was just trying to get live going. How you doing? How you doing? A couple people asked me some questions, but that was it. Hey, how y'all doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Or good afternoon, wherever you at. I'm live from Mexico. Y'all like, share, and subscribe if you're not on the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Where y'all from? What's going on? What's going on? I've been on here talking for like about almost a little over 40 minutes now. I'm kind of trying to engage with people to kind of. The more y'all talk, the more to help me stay on here because I was talking about my job and then like my own business. That's what I was talking about. And then another thing I think that you have to sort of kind of have in mind is when you start your business, no matter how consistent you are, I always like to say like it's always a chance that it might not go how you want it to go. So you just have to be willing to accept a loss when it comes to starting your own business. What's up, y'all? Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Yeah, I think you have to be willing to accept the loss when it comes to starting your own business. You got to be willing. Like when I worked for this particular bank and I used to have to open accounts, they would tell us like, it was okay. It was okay if some people said no, they didn't want an account. It was okay with it. Because like ain't no way everybody's gonna want what you selling. And then really we can even go and talk about stuff that's not even monetary. Like I feel like really everything is sort of kind of an exchange. Everything is an exchange. Like me just giving my time to my live right now, people hearing what I'm saying could be valuable knowledge to some people. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody in a bad mood or feel like they need some motivation. And just by watching me, they could feel like, wow, I'm motivated. So I feel like no matter what it is, you still selling yourself to somebody in some type of way. Like there's an exchange in some type of way. So I think and like I said, not everybody gonna want to stop and watch me. Not everybody think that it's a good investment of their time to be like, well, I'm gonna watch his live, see what he's saying. Not everybody think this. So I think it's the same thing when it comes to starting your business and you monetizing. It's the same thing. Not everybody gonna be interested, but you just have to keep on going and accept it. You know what I'm saying? To me, if you can never accept failure, you'll never start your business the right way, or you never gonna jump on it. And I think that was like one of the problems I had like earlier on in my career. I'm like, I was always kind of scared. Like, what if somebody don't want it? What if they don't, they not interested? You know? Ooh, wow. It's a lot of noise. Them dogs crazy out there. Y'all heard them dogs? Like, sound like they fighting. But I know they not. Like, but it just sound crazy. But I'm not gonna say I know they not, cause I don't even know. I ain't gonna say I know they not. I mean, they not my dogs. I don't have no dogs, but it was just crazy to hear them dogs like that. Y'all, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? I'm just doing it every day. But I think it's a momentum you gotta build, man. It's this person that's on TikTok, and this person teach English. And it's like everything that I be self doubting about, it be somebody else that's doing it and be doing good. You like, dang, it's this person could teach English. Cause I was thinking about really not adding English to my site at first, my website. Cause I'm like, man, it's so many other people that teach English. So it's like, why would I teach English? Even though I know English my native language, I was like, why would I add that to my website if I know I'm in competition with so many teachers and people that's teaching English? That's what I was thinking. And I'm thinking like, well, I speak Spanish, English, and French. But when I looked at that person live, that person got like some millions of followers on their channel. I'm like, dang, like how they got millions of followers? They only teach English, right? So it's so many people that's doing what I'm trying to do in a more simple way and still got like millions of followers or so many thousands of followers. So that made me say, like, you know what, I can't give up. It's gotta be a way. I'm not gonna lie. That really inspired me. Cause I seen so many people with like they be doing simple things. And there's some people nowadays, because we got social media going on. And like I said, they just acting a fool and got like a crazy amount of followers. I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? So I just think it's about consistency and being yourself, regardless of what you're doing. Consistency, I just think that that's the key. And you have to be able to accept that everybody's not going to want to be part of what you're doing. You're going to have to accept it. That's the key, I think. The secret sauce, I think. You got to understand it. Because, like I said, when I was getting out there, a lot of the stuff that you probably did in the real world, like in your previous employment, and if you're trying to start your online thing, your business, a lot of them skills transferable. Like when I work for that bank, it's pretty much like the same thing now. I'm not trying to get nobody to join that company, but I'm getting people to join my community, which is independent, which is my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just at a point where I only want to work on my stuff. I don't want to work on unless the company that I'm working for at this stage in my career is a company that aligns with what I'm doing would be the way that'll help me to consider taking it. But I feel like I'm at a point where I'm only gonna do stuff that's aligned with where I'm trying to get to. That's what I'm willing. Now, sometimes you might have to kind of sort of step outside a little bit and circle back around. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just willing to do what's aligned with what I'm doing. If it's interpreting, teaching languages, if a company wanted me to work for them, I could get them some of my time. Like, y'all just don't understand. Time is important. Time. That's probably why people are kind of scrolling by. Because only the people that really look at it, some people might be just looking at me because, oh, he look nice. I like his smile. Like he cute or something. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I'm saying. Like people, time is important. If y'all learning languages, time is important. I haven't got any feedback from nobody yet, but y'all like, share, y'all like. I'm not giving up. I'm constantly going. I'm in Mexico, y'all. 6 years almost. Almost 6 years. I got my resident card. You said, hey, babe, I feel you. I think we are all least more uncomfortable spending our days unfulfilled. Oh, nice to see you too. So you came in on when I was talking about the jobs and stuff. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm thanking y'all for being here. Y'all like the live, but yeah, I was just talking about how it just feel like time is your most important asset. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been on the side of working as an employee, but then at the same time, I'm running my own business online. And really, at the same time, you deal with some of the same challenges, but I like to have more control over, what I deal with. Because, like I said, when you're working for an employee, it's like, man, they can fire you when they get ready. They can not accept you, write you up. You know what I'm saying? And you can be a perfect person. Like, it was this one company I was working for one time, and it wasn't that long. I was there probably for about a little over a year, and I was living in Memphis at that time. Um, yeah, wanted to be more deliberate of where we put. Yeah, you were right about that. I was working for this particular company. I don't want to say the company names, but I was working for this particular company. In 2015, I started, but I was living in Memphis, Tennessee at that point, and I was like, I liked Memphis because that's where I'm from. It was okay, really, but I really thought Memphis was kind of boring, really. But I'm from Memphis. So I was like, you know what? I want a different change. I want to move to a different state. And my friend, she was like, well, why you gonna move? Because the job was paying like a couple of dollars more. Like not a lot more for her to think that it was okay to move. Cause she was like, okay, it's not paying enough. It's only like a couple of dollars more. So why would you move to a whole different state? And I was gonna move to Delaware. To feel some control makes you feel worthy, and the fact that we are alive. And what you said, that's true. But I was working. for a certain company in Memphis, but I was like, I always wanted to leave Memphis. So she was like, well, why you gonna go to Delaware and it's only paying a couple of dollars more, not that much more. Why would you get up and move? She was like, I wouldn't get up and move because it was such a low amount. The amount wasn't worth it to her. But at the time, I was 26 years old. And I was like, I'm gonna just do that anyway. And I was working for this company for about like a year and some change, like a little over a year. And they just got into a process. I'm telling you, like you could be the best of the best, but they got into a process where they was secretly getting rid of. It really wasn't secretly, but they was presenting this a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just regular performance things. They was presenting that way, but behind closed doors, you could obviously tell they was getting rid of people because they just didn't no longer need people. But they not going to say it like that. They're going to frame it like, oh, it's your performance or it's this. But where I have been here for over a year something, and it had been cool, but they started to get, but it was like okay behind closed doors. They really just had needed to get rid of people. So they just got rid of regardless if you was good or not. But if you was a person like me at that time and you was more like really sensitive to, what situations like that, you would think like, well, maybe I'm not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not, I'm going with this. But it wasn't necessarily that. It was that, hey, this company, and the way I know that later on, the way I knew later on, because I had more experiences where I could see like, okay, it's not really always you. Sometimes it's just they doing something secretly behind closed doors. They getting rid of people. So it's like you thinking it's really you. But that's what I'm saying. It could psychologically affect you if you're not aware of it. That's what I'm saying. So that brings me to you said I've always been more scared to stay nowhere. Okay, I've always been more scared to stay somewhere so than to take a chance on a. Oh, whew, boy, I gotta take a screenshot of that cat. I love it. I took a screenshot of it because I be like posting comments and stuff like on my live. But you right. You so right on it. You so right. I ain't gonna even lie. Like I gotta get your comment. I wish I could like my own live. I wish I could like that comment because that's true. That's true. That what you said. What you said. Because like I say, when you say that, you coming down to time. You talking about time. And like I say, when I had, and that's what made me start my online business. Like I'm still working, I'm still trying to get clients and stuff. They want to learn Spanish, they want to learn French and English. I'm still working on it. But the fact that you have control, that I have control over, okay, like I got the live going. So the fact that I got the live, people connecting, people talking to me, you can't have the same type of control. Even if you got the money, you can't have the type of control if you're working for a company. That's what I'm saying. So, like I say, all the experience that I live made me say, you know what, I'm gonna start my online business. You bet. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. We still talking. We still talking. We still shining some light on here. Have y'all thought about starting y'all own business? I see that it's more common in 2025. People doing their own thing, and then sometimes, like what you was saying, Universal. Sometimes you be want to raise. Like it was this one company I was working for, and man, I'm telling you, I was doing a good job. Like I'm a great interpreter, and they hired me, so I was working for them, doing my job and stuff like that. And I wanted just like I'm telling you, the raise was not even that much. I'm not gonna lie, like it was just like man, it was like for the time, because it's like you gotta value your time. I can't stress that enough. Like I was with this company like for 5 years total. And I think by that second year, I was like, okay, because what happened was, all right, they was paying us a certain amount per minute, right? And then they was paying us bonuses too. But then those bonuses just went away. So I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? But y'all still sending us the same amount of call value. So I'm like, okay, it's gotta be a way that I could still get that raise. And man, they were like, nah. So what you said, man, I gotta go. I'm gonna have to put that on a board or on a shirt or something. It's crazy because you right. Staying somewhere so then taking the chance on the unknown. That is, man. I'm gonna talk about that all night. Cause it's true. But we be getting scared. We be scared sometimes though, right? When you like, sure, I'm gotta pay my bill. I gotta pay this or whatever. You be scared. Like, dang, I gotta. Like, I've been in that position before, and I know it's a lot of other people that kind of make you probably got kids. Sometimes people got kids and they ain't got no choice. And I'm not saying it's wrong. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta weigh your options at all time. But I'm just trying to tell y'all my experience of what I done been through and where I'm at, and about me starting my own business. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, but that's so true. I'm stuck on it. I'm stuck on your comment. Yeah, because see, when you stand somewhere, you wasting. I'm not gonna. I hate to say wasting time so much, but I'm gonna speak for me. If I stay somewhere now, then I do feel like it'll be wasting time. If I stay somewhere knowing that it was not something fulfilling, I would feel like, okay, this wasting time. As opposed to, okay, if I jump on the unknown, I got a better right. So you pretty much weighing your chances, but you weighing your chances every time. Even if you working for a job, like I said, and you an employee and it's full time, you still weighing your chances because, like I just said, I was working for a job, and you would think in your head, we be thinking like, okay, just because it's full time, just because it's whatever, all right, it's solid, it's permanent. But when you really know and really experience, it's technically not really. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many jobs you done work for and you was there, and it's like, okay, all of a sudden they getting rid of people. You know what I'm saying? So really, like I said, nowadays a full time job ain't even necessarily guaranteed. Not necessarily. They frame it that way, right? So that's what we talking about. The way somebody frames something and the way something really is because you done lived it. Right. Experience is the golden star. It's a big difference on it. It's a big difference is because, like I said, you stepping in when I was new stepping in, working at certain jobs, I was new. So I always felt like, this job is permanent. No, it ain't like that. So I guess if you have your experience and know how to see through that, there's power to you. There's power to you for real. Hey y'all, come on in, come on in. We talking. Universe, you still there? I don't know if Universe is still. People kind of coming and going. People coming and going. I'm just having a conversation, a life conversation, y'all, and talking to people. Um, I mean, I feel like I can help people actually. Whether it's languages, whether it's the way you see things in life, I feel like I can really help people, which I have been doing. Yeah, you have to take a chance though. That's one thing we're gonna say. We're gonna go back to that comment with universe. Yeah, you have to really take a chance. I like when y'all come in because it kind of helped my conversation flow a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Because I talk so much, initiating conversation with y'all, but at the same time is when I can piggyback and kind of sort of see what y'all saying. It kind of helped me to get the conversation and keep it moving. So let's go back to that comment. Okay, so I'm gonna speak on like try to think about like a situation where I have been in a position where it's like, dang, should I stay or should I just kind of take a chance and just jump out there and just leave or whatever like that. Let's just see. Let me try to think about a situation where I didn't had like that. Okay. I was just talking about when I worked at a no, I didn't say that yet, but I worked at a call center, right? And but I don't know, I don't feel like it was really unknown though. Well, sort of kind of was. Okay, so I worked at a call center, and the reason I was thinking about leaving was because I was getting paid more actually though. So I was like, okay, I was technically getting paid more, but I had to commute, and then I also it wasn't really fulfilling, and it didn't really align with what I really wanted to do. Like I always wanted to be an interpreter. And it was a job where most of the times I was speaking English, so it really wasn't that much of a need for somebody bilingual. So I got bored at that time. So the job, let me just say how much it was paying, y'all. It was paying probably at that time like $18 an hour. That ain't really a lot of money, period. But I got rid of that job and started working, making 13. At this time, it's been like now probably that was in 2019 or something like that. But I was sort of saying like, dang, I'm gonna have to kind of take somewhat of a pay cut if I leave that job and go work. But I was like, okay, but even though I'm taking a pay cut, it's kind of sort of not as much because okay, now I don't have to buy gas. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really need gas as much as I needed it at first. And then it was just the fact that I was able to work from home. So that was also a comfort. So you looking at you saving time, you saving gas, I was saving what even money on food. You know what I'm saying? Because if you at work normally, you could bring your own food, but it was just a lot better. Even though it was technically downgrading to a job that was paying less, it was like okay, it was cool. But then I considered it to be sort of the unknown in a way because I ended up getting like other gigs working from home that was paying more than both jobs. But that was me just stepping out on the unknown, right? Because I'm gonna tell you something. When you stay in something where somewhere in one particular position, one place, there's a cap. There's a ceiling. There's a ceiling right there that you're just never gonna be able to potentially get past. But if you stepping out on the unknown, boom, you got potential to get past to improve. That's where I'm going with it. So staying in the same place keeps you trapped, but looking outside, stepping out there, what you said. She said, yeah, taking a chance on the unknown is gives you more potential than just staying somewhere. Right. Yeah, but I'm kind of sort of talking through this, y'all. Y'all got any comments, anything y'all want to say? I'm gonna kind of sit down a little bit. Oh, sure. I'm working too, y'all. I'm kind of working. Yeah, I am kind of working a little bit. I'm trying to squeeze any work I can get out of this freelance world. This freelance world so unstable, but hey, honey, I'm doing what I can do. But yeah, freelance is very unstable. But every little bit help. Every little bit help. But yeah, I'm kind of working over here too, y'all. I'm working and talking to y'all. And right now I'm on call. I'm on call all the time. And I don't even really work on Sundays, but today I'm trying today just because I like to work all the time. Like I don't like looking for handouts or nothing like that. Hmm. Oh man, why is this thing like this answer so fast? I got to be real quick.